Hi guys, Ellie here from Thankful Flow Yoga. I'm here today with a little bit of a fluid Vinyasa flow for you. I'm going to do this as a shorter practice. It's going to be about 30 minutes long. So hopefully it's something that you can squeeze into your day at some point. It's going to be kind of a nice, stretchy, strong flow. And yes, so I will get straight into it. So grab any blocks or props that you need, and we will start standing today. So come into a standing position on your mat, feet roughly hip width apart, grounding through, pressing through the mound of the big toe, and both big toes, not just one of them. And inhale and lift your hips away from, lift your ribs away from your hips. And we're going to just start and ground into the class. So if it feels comfortable too, you can flutter the eyes closed, or you can take a steady gaze out in front of you. And just start noticing any subtle sensations or movements in your body. Maybe there's a natural, gentle sway when you're in this standing position with your eyes closed. Maybe you can feel some sensations through the fingers or the toes, behind the eyes. And just start to notice, become the observer of your thoughts, of your body, without judgment. Notice your breath on the inhales and exhales. And just notice what your breath could be communicating to you today. And when you're ready, start to open the eyes. If you had them closed, start bringing yourself back into the physical body. And start to take some shoulder rolls backwards. Maybe do 3 shoulder rolls back and then start bringing them forwards for 3. And start to bring your chin down to your chest. And then roll your right ear to your right shoulder. Roll the chin back down towards your chest and bring your left ear over to your left shoulder. And then come back through. And if you want to come into a full neck roll, then you can. If that's not comfortable for you, then just work with the half neck rolls. Sometimes we hold quite a lot of tension in our neck, but we can, and our shoulders. And then come back to neutral, bring the hands together and just take some wrist circles going one way and then the other. And on your next inhale, sweep your hands up above your head and just take some circles. Again, go one way for a couple of breaths and then you can come back the other way. Warming through the arms and the shoulders. And if it feels good to interlace your fingers, you can press your palms up to the sky. Round the spine, bring the belly button in. And then reach the arms back up and take a slight opening in the chest. Bring your arms back slightly. Just a really small movement. And release down. Shake the hands out a little bit. Come to the top of your mat now. Grounding through the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen the spine. Halfway lift, next space. Exhale, frame the feet with the hands, step back, meet in a plank position. Exhale, soften the knees and lower down to the mat. Inhale, roll the shoulders, lift the chest, cobra. Exhale, melt the chest back down. Ground through the hands, bring the body back through all fours, tuck the toes under. On your exhale, send your hips up to the sky. Meeting in your first downward dog of the practice, send your gaze between your knees. Grounding through the hands and feet. Legs do not need to be straight and feet do not need to be flat. Just finding that length in the spine, bringing your hips towards the sky. Take any pedals or movement that you want here, easing into the downward facing dog. Trying to relax the head and the neck. Then on your next inhale, come to your toes and step your feet in towards the hands. Lift the chest, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Soften the knees as much as you need to. Inhale, reach your arms above your head. Exhale, hands from heart center. Lovely. Inhale, lifting the ribs away from the hips. Reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Forward fold. Soften the knees as much as you need to. Inhale, lift the chest, halfway lift. Lengthening the spine. Exhale, frame the feet with the hands, step back to meet in plank position. This time working through your version of Chaturanga. So on the inhale, coming through either upward facing dog or cobra. And on the exhale, meeting back in downward facing dog. Just checking in with how the body's feeling, observing any thoughts coming up for you today, grounding through the hands and the feet, pressing down and away from each other. On your next inhale, come to your toes and step the left foot through between the hands. And then grounding through the right hand, reach the left arm up to the sky. Easy twist. Remember to keep that back leg really strong and engaged. Send the gaze up to the sky. Sweep the left hand back down. And then bring both hands up into the sky. High lunge. Now, option here. You can either step this right foot in slightly, find your grounding, and then work coming into a warrior three. If you feel like you would like a little bit more power today, depending on what you need, you can see if you can find a little bit of power in this back leg and bring your back leg into warrior three, like so. If you need any blocks or props here, please have them down in front of you. And thinking about this back right foot is imagine it's pressing into the wall behind you. Your hips are facing the earth. If you want a little bit more, you can take your hands by your ears out in front of you, possibly finding a drishti or a gazing point here. And then see if you can find a little bit of softness in the knee and reach that right leg back to meet in a high lunge. If you feel like that's not for you today, then take the step back. Release the hands down to the mat from here. Meet back in your plank position. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, meet back in downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, really grounding through the hands and the feet. See how it feels to bring the right leg away and come into a three-leg dog here. Now, you may be that you're just working with hovering this right leg just off the mat and working with that. That is absolutely fine. If you want to just stay in your normal downward dog here and hold that, then go with that. If you want to have a go with three-leg dog, then see if you can raise that right leg. You can open the hips here, just be mindful of the shoulders, keeping them nice and strong, remembering to breathe. And then start to sweep this right leg through as you come out of your three-leg dog. Come up onto the left toes to give your body some space to sweep this right leg through between the hands. Keeping the left hand grounded to sweep the right arm up to the sky, coming into an easy twist. Remember the back leg, keeping the back left leg strong and engaged. Keeping the gaze coming towards the sky. And then sweep that right arm back down. Inhale, come up into high lunge, sweep the arms up to the sky. Again, option here to step this left foot in slightly to ground first, or if you're coming through with a little bit of power today, see how it feels to come into your warrior three from there. Ooh. Feeling into the shakes and wobbles. And we're aiming to bring our body into a straight line. Hips are shining towards the earth. Find a drishti or gazing point if you need to. Take any support that you need here. There are so many benefits to this standing balance. There is so much going on in the body, the mind. Okay, so either slowly start to come out, bringing your left leg to the mat, or start to find a little bit of softness in that right knee, but staying really engaged and in control, and reach the left leg back, meeting in high lunge again. Give it a go, see how you get on. Then wherever you are, start to sweep the hands down to frame the right foot. Bring the right foot back, meeting in plank position. And on your next inhale, working through upward facing dog or cobra. And exhaling to meet back in downward facing dog. Grounding through the feet and the hands, just checking in with how you're feeling today. Noticing anything that's come up for you. Sometimes when we're doing balances or we're adding new things into our practice or doing things in our body that maybe we haven't done before, it's just as much a challenge for the mind as it is for the body. And that's okay. Just come back to your breath and let that guide you. In yogic philosophy, the breath is known as the bridge to the mind, to the emotions. When our emotions change, our breath changes. There's so many things that happen, and if you come back to the breath, you'll notice that it changes as in a reflection of all sorts of things that are going on for us. Now coming into a three-legged dog with the left leg raised this time. Just an option, you don't have to come here. You could be hovering it just slightly off and working with this. If you're coming into your three-legged dog, you can open your hips here if that feels good to you. Just remember to stay strong through the shoulders. And then slowly start to sweep the left leg through this time. Come to the right toes to give yourself some space to bring this left leg through. And bring the right leg through. Lift the chest, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands through heart center. Lovely. Now come to your toes here. Just an option. You can remain with the feet grounded if that feels better for you. And option to come into Kali Mudra here. Strength, stability, and lower yourself, your knees. Start bending your knees and lowering your hips down. And if you would like to see how it feels, just send your arms up to the sky with your Kali Mudra. Strong and stable. Just hover here. See how it feels to take some circles with the arms. Backwards a couple of times. And then come the other way. Find that drishti or gazing point if you need to. And release. Nice. Well done, everyone. Now I'm going to come into flowering lotus pose. So first of all, just have a little try on each side and see how it feels. So bring your right arm and bring it underneath the crease of your right knee and see how that feels. Have a little play. Try it on the other side. See how that feels. And then we'll try, option to try with both. If you're wanting to work on one side at a time, then please go with that. Couple of breaths on one side, couple of breaths on the other side. If you would like to try and come into the full flowering lotus, it's almost like an Navasana boat pose, but get your legs a little bit wider. It's really strong with the hip flexors. And then bringing your arms underneath the creases, palms facing the ceiling, and then bringing the soles of the feet together, still finding length across the chest. Maybe you come into a little mudra here if that feels good too. Remember to relax your face. And breathe. And release. Lovely. Well done. And then reach the left leg out in front of you, bringing the right knee in towards the chest. Hug the right knee with the left arm. Place the right hand behind you, marry chest to sea. Start sending your gaze towards that right shoulder, maybe just over it. Inhaling, making space in the body, and exhaling, melting further into the twist. Come back through to neutral. Lengthen the right leg down in front of you. Bring in this left knee, hug the left knee with the right arm. Put the left arm on the mat behind you and come into the twist. Twisting really from the waist. Inhaling, making space, and exhaling, melting a little bit further. And release. Place the soles of your feet on the mat, knees slightly bent. Bring the arms out in front of you and face the palms to the ceiling. Really strong through the core, start lowering the body slowly down to the mat. See how slowly you can do this. Release. Now hug the right knee into the chest. Pause there for a couple of moments. And then using your left hand, guide your right knee over to the left. And then send your right arm out to the side. So right arm's coming out to the side and your gaze is following. And just surrender to the twists. The more you surrender, the more you may find that your body melts into the twist naturally without you needing to do anything apart from breathe. If your breathing feels restricted in any way, then try a modification or take it back a little bit. It doesn't have to be a really big movement. It doesn't need to be. You can start to close your eyes, getting ready for Shavasana. Slowly start to guide your right knee back to neutral. Release it down on the mat. Take any shakes with the hips. And then hug your left knee in. Pause here for a couple of moments. And then using your right hand, start to guide that left knee over to the right. And bring the left arm out to the side and let your gaze follow. Shoulder blades sinking into the mat. And then start to come out of the twist, guiding your left knee back through to neutral, and then just let it drop down on the mat. Let your feet hang out to the sides and your arms come out. Maybe your palms are facing the ceiling. Maybe you have your eyes closed now. And just let everything else melt away in this moment. However you felt your practice went today, maybe give yourself some appreciation for showing up on your mat. Giving yourself this time. Looking after yourself. Maybe your exhales start to get slightly longer now. Just observing anything coming up in the body, the mind, the breath. And just accepting. There is nowhere to be and there is nothing to do in this moment other than just be on your mat. start making your way out of your Shavasana now. Coming back to meeting in a seated position on the mat. As always, if you would like to stay here longer, then please do. And when you're ready, just make your way back up to seated. Bring your hands to heart center if that feels good too. Just going to take a couple of releasing breaths. So breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more, inhale, exhale. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope you enjoyed that short but sweet flow. Please like, save, share, subscribe to this channel and comment on it and let me know your feedback. Let me know if you enjoyed it and you want to see more of these. Thanks. Hope to see you soon. Bye.